Many first-time homebuyers enter the market not fully prepared for what it takes to buy a home in 2026. Hi, I'm your mortgage guy, Dave Steinberg, and this is your Summit Minute. I'm going to share with you some of the things I've seen happen with my clients over the years, and hopefully you'll be able to avoid very costly landmines as you go through the home buying process. Let's start with number one. Don't start looking for a home until you can understand what you can truly afford. That's a big deal. A lot of people get very emotional and they go out and they start looking at homes and they don't even know what their limits are, what they can afford, what works. So start with a call to a mortgage professional. Sit down and make sure you understand what you can afford. Talking about that, number two is thinking that all pre-approvals are the same. Some lenders will issue what they call a pre-qualification. They won't analyze your information. They'll just throw the information into a computer and spit out a pre-qualification. That's not good enough. It's not good enough for you, and it's not good enough to get the home in many instances. Instead, what we do, Summit Funding, what reputable lenders do, is we issue a pre-approval. Pre-approval means that we've reviewed your income documentation. We've reviewed your asset documentation. We've run your credit. So we thoroughly understand your financial situation. And then two, we talk to you about your specific needs so that we fully understand what your situation is before we issue the pre-approval. Talking about that, don't focus on the purchase price, focus on the monthly payment. So let me explain that. You can have two homes appearing identical, same purchase price. One home might be in a town with very high taxes. The other town may have lower taxes. So you have two relatively similar homes, but the operating cost of the home with the higher taxes could really impact your ability to afford it. Or some houses are energy efficient, others are not. That could have a huge impact. This winter, I've had people tell me that they're spending $1,000 a month on their home. If you can't afford that, make sure you know that up front. Don't underestimate the cost of buying and operating a home and owning a home. A lot of people say, okay, I'm going to buy a home and I'm going to put down a 10% down payment, so I need X dollars, without fully understanding what the closing costs are, what the upfront costs are, what the moving costs are. So make sure you have a budget that takes that all into effect. A reputable mortgage professional will sit down with you and will generate a list of closing costs that you can anticipate so that you're fully prepared. Same thing with owning a home. As I said before, there are the taxes, the insurance, the utilities, all sorts of other costs that go into owning a home. Make sure you fully understand that as you enter this process. Don't go to the limit of what you can get approved for. So let's imagine that I could get you approved for a $500,000 mortgage. That doesn't necessarily mean that you can afford a $500,000 mortgage. It just means you can get approved for it. But as we said, if the operating costs are high, if you have specific things in your life that, let's say, are costly, you need to factor that in. And then don't go to the limit of what you can get approved for. Go to the limit of what you can afford. Number six, don't put together a great team as they enter the market. I just had this conversation with someone the other day. You could get a great realtor and an inexperienced realtor and pay them the same. Might as well work with a great realtor. If you're in an attorney state, make sure you've identified the attorney that you're going to work with, who's going to be an important part of your team. Well, you're going to need homeowners insurance. Why not interview homeowners insurance brokers before you enter the marketplace? Talk about homes. You're going to probably want to have it inspected. Identify the inspector you're going to work with. So have your entire team, I call it the A-team, have an A-team ready when you hit the market. And then finally, don't let emotion drive the process. You're going to find some homes that are just great. They're amazing, but they may or may not be amazing for you, or they may be more than you can afford or that you want to afford. Yes, it's great to find a home that you're excited about, but don't let emotion overcome your common sense. I hope these suggestions have been useful. If you like it, please like it below. And, I'm your mortgage guy, Dave Steinberg. I'm here to help. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.